The Magnificent Battle, Merlin, Arthur's Court, and the Mistress of Time, by the Magus, read by the Magus. It was spring, early spring, but spring nonetheless. It wasn't quite time for the Beltane, but it was one of those glorious days when it is warmer than it is supposed to be. The golden-crowned sun had turned the tide of battle against the somber clouds that were in rebellion like land-hungry barons against their king, and scattered them into chaotic retreat. It was while this sun was basking in pleasure looking at the earth, the blue-green object of his affection, the thing that he loved the best, that he chanced to look down at that line that marked that particular field, beside that particular forest, on that particular island, at that particular spot. He blinked a time or two, allowing a cloud to clear his vision, and saw two tiny specks emerging from the forest, moving into the field beside it. Both seemed blondish. Both seemed young and fair. One had on a yellow shirt, Son's favorite color. The other green, well, another of his favorite colors. They seemed to be strolling along, either as if enjoying the beauty about them, or else wandering aimlessly, perhaps lost. He worried slightly about these two specks beside the forest because they seemed to meander. The two specks, as it turned out, were wandering. All creatures and beings on earth seemed to seek communion with the light, and they had been uneasy in the darkness of the forest, and had looked for an opening. They had headed toward the broad meadow, with no idea where they were or where to go. If the sun could have heard, it would have heard something like this. I told Damon to hold my hand when we started floating back at the farm. Did he hold my hand? No, answering her own question. If he had just held my hand, we could have stayed together. Now we don't know where they are, and they don't know where we are, and somehow we've got to get back together. The other speck, the one with the yellow shirt, responded. Not only do we not know where they are, and they don't know where we are, but we don't know where we are. That's really too complicated, said the one in the green shirt. At least we're out of that dark forest. It was spooky in there and dark, and I kept thinking I heard noises from something off in the distance. Did you hear them? No, I didn't hear anything except the noise we were making walking through the leaves and twigs on the forest floor. Still, I'm glad to be out here in the sunshine and fresh air. Just look at that sun and sky. It's a great day to be alive. I don't know where we are either, but it's a beautiful place. Just look at those flowers. The one in the green shirt, Ashur, didn't say anything, but she was really annoyed because it was Krysta, the one in the yellow shirt, at her most annoying, celebrating as if everything she encountered was a royal treasure or a colorful painting by Van Gogh. Krysta stopped to pick flowers for a small bouquet. She put some in her hair and stuck some in her shirt collar. It was as if she and the flowers had a common ancestor. And, of course, in a larger sense, they did. She gathered more and twisted them into a kind of garland or flower crown and handed it to Ashur, who was in no mood for flower crowns. Krysta was unfazed and put it on her own head. That sun really feels good, doesn't it? It's almost like an old friend, she said, as much to herself as to Ashur. Both Ashur and Krysta, specks of color to the sun, the one in the yellow shirt and the one in the green shirt, paused to survey the lovely scene that the sun had noticed shortly before. They knew they were lost, but lost in a beautiful world on an unseasonably warm day in early spring. First Krysta, then Ashur, lay down in the soft, flower-strewn grassy meadow and enjoyed the warm caress of the sun's calming ray.